Good evening, Commanders Nation. So, not much news today. Today was media day. The biggest news, I guess, was, Laramie Tunsil. This dude is in town. Finally, he's in the DMV. He stepped foot. There's pictures of him doing slow-mo pictures of Titanic poses or whatever the hell. Frozone, Jaden Daniels did their own Step Brothers reenactment right here. In case, I don't know if you want to, frame it. You can frame it. I don't care. Michael's just like $20. Also, Jair Alexander got released. I made a video about him. Pretty dumb video, but I'm not that interested, honestly. Trey Amos is shining. We got to give him his, we the way he's going, we might have to freaking, make sure he plays week one, not just plays, but starts opposite of Marshawn. So, but much respect to Jair, but I respectfully pass. But yeah, man, I want to make a quick video regarding the 2024 NFL draft for us. NFL video. Regarding, Adam Peters' first draft with us. We had a lot of draft picks. We even still traded back. I think it's way too early to grade this draft, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to label this video early draft grade or early draft review. Because I feel like you got to wait until for a real draft grade until after the rookie contract is over. That's after 4 years. Ideally, I'd say 3 years, but some players, they break out right before, their contract expires. They break out right there and then. So, I would say, honestly, this is way too early, but I want to do a quick early peek. So, yeah, if you enjoyed this video and if you want to help the channel grow, please like and subscribe or give the video a thumbs up. All right, so let's go over. So this is Adam Peters' first draft, and honestly, it's like, to me, this draft is going to go down in history. You got your franchise quarterback in this draft. You got, to me, it's like a generational quarterback. He had the best rookie season of all time. Even if you got 6 other busts, you still get an A for getting that. Granted, it was the easy decision. It was right there. He took him a 2, but, he still made the right decision. Some people were still on the Mayflower. So he did that. So yeah, like number one, like first round pick, Jaden Daniels. I'm just gonna go off the list, honestly. A+, A+++. A plus one. Add in Roman numerals. A plus 1. A to the 10 squared. You hit the part. You hit it. You got it. So no. Then second round pick, Jerzon Newton. This is a guy who I think is on the verge of a breakout season for us. We all heard Dan Quinn recently say that Johnny Newton came back this offseason much stronger in his legs. I think because coming off last season, he had an off-season injury. Well, he had an injury, which made him fall in the draft. And, he didn't really get a chance to, grow into himself yet. You know what I mean? Now he's just coming off a full off-season. Now he's getting his legs underneath him. I'm really excited about Johnny Newton, man. To me, and I don't even think this is a bold prediction, I think he's going to lead our defensive tackles in sacks. He's going to lead us in sacks in the defensive tackle room. I'm predicting a breakout year for him, like 7 sacks, honestly. 7 sacks, that's not bad. I keep saying this. Jonathan Allen had 8 sacks his second year in the league with us. I'm thinking he's going to take that same leap that Jonathan Allen did in his second year. I'm calling it right now, dude. The other second round pick, Mikey Sanisto, Frozone. Come on, we hit it. I feel like we got 3 starters for the future in important positions in our draft. We all saw Sanisto was supposed to be nickel last year. Put him on the boundary because freaking Benjamin St. Juste was getting torched on a regular basis. Man, more than held his own. In the freaking Lions game, 2 interceptions. Super impressed with him. I compare him to Antoine Winfield. But just looking off the board right there, 3 starters. Not only that, not just average starters. 3 bona fide starters. Slot is a starter nowadays, by the way. At the quarterback, the most important position. D-line, and then cornerback. Man, just hit it out the park with the first 3 picks. And then the other one, Ben Sinnott, last second round pick. I don't think he's going to – I'm going to get flack for this, but, I don't think he's going to – unfortunately, because Zach Ertz is back in town, and then you re-sign John Bates. John Bates, 3 years, $21 million. One of the best run blocking tight ends in the NFL, if not the best. He's most likely going to man down the entire tight end 2 duties, which is going to leave Sanat with tight end 3. Granted, I'm in the position where I'm just like, dude, let's play 3 tight ends. Like, motherfucker, on every third down, put, goal line. I want to see Sanat in there. 3 tight end sets. Come on. We saw him, even in the playoffs against the Eagles, that catch by Tressway. I don't think his year to break out or contribute heavily is this year. I think it's next year. 2026, 2027 season. Zach Ertz is going to be there, dude. And, even though I'm not saying he's a bust at all, but, he is the heir apparent to Zach Ertz. That's what he knows. That's what he is. And to be honest with you, his game is more all around. Granted, he's very raw, and he definitely needs to improve on his pass catching or route running as well. But I don't think this is going to be, unless an injury happens, I don't think he's going to heavily, contribute. But I'm still really high on him. Not crossing him off whatsoever. I actually think come next year, he's going to be the one that's primed to break out. So, I'm not down on that pick at all. And then you go Brandon Coleman. This is a guy who's most likely going to be left guard, right? With their first 5 picks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, all of them could be are top-notch starters by the end of their rookie deals. Sanat, he's going to be starting year 3. Not this year, but year 3. I don't think Zach Ertz is coming back after this year. And then, Coleman. Even Coleman, we all saw him more than held his own in the beginning of the season against the left tackles, against dudes like Trey Hendrickson and Myles Garrett. He did he did slide a bit towards the end, but this is a guy where I'm just like, no, coming out the draft, people were like, no, if he's put at left guard or any guard, he can very much succeed there. I'm really excited about Coleman, dude. Coleman right now, people are sleeping on him, but if he's playing left guard, he got 2 vets on each side, Tunsil and Tyler Biadasz. First 5 picks, all of them could be above average starters, and some of them being just Pro Bowl starters. Honestly, you hit it. Luke McCaffrey, 3rd round pick. Again, this is a guy who's gonna be battling Jalen Lane for starting slot. I'm not giving up on Luke, man. I'm in the position where I'm just like, okay, Jalen Lane most likely is going to man the punt returning jobs, because that was his thing at Virginia Tech. I'm not sleeping on Luke either, man. I'm not down on this pick at all. I am not down on this pick. Wes Welker's in town now. Hopefully he can contribute. The sleeper now is Jordan McGee. Now we're in the sleeper zone because I just made a video on Jordan McGee, and I'm just like, I feel like he's the heir apparent to Bobby Wagner. And Bobby Wagner, and then we got other guys in there, Kay Madrano and Dominique Hampton, who I'm going to get to next. But Jordan McGee, we all heard Coach Witt Jr. talking about, they in his rookie year, they made a package for him so that he can get some reps. Unfortunately, he got injured, but don't sleep on Jordan McGee. My prediction for him is that I feel like he's going to contribute definitely heavily on third downs, nickel situations, pass coverage situations. Wagner is getting up there in age, so hopefully he comes in, he contributes and helps there in that area. But I'm really high on Bobby Wagner too. But on Jordan McGee, man, I really feel like he could be our steal of this draft. He could be. Then we got 2 other possible steals, but Jordan McGee is the one I'm just like, no. He's my favorite steal so far. But let me go on to the next ones. So Dominique Hampton, okay, switching from safety to linebacker. That's a transition. You gotta learn new things. And granted, he wasn't really injured last year. It's most of it, healthy and actives. I'm not counting him out either. I really like Dominique Hampton as well. But granted, I will admit I like Jordan McGee a bit better. I want to see where he's gonna do this year. This is a big year for Dominique Hampton. We gotta say, did he bulk up? He's just as athletic as Jordan McGee is. Jordan McGee ran a 4.55 40 time. He's one guy where I'm going to keep a close eye on, but, we'll see. We'll see, dude. Lastly, Javonte Jean-Baptiste. To me, my 2 favorite sleepers are Jordan McGee, number 1, Baptiste, number 2. Again, I'm not trying to throw any shade towards Hampton, but, Baptiste, I made a video on him as well. He could very well be our like opposite pass rushing edge, Dorrance Armstrong. Like I feel like he's gonna be battling Jacob Martin for third down pass rushing duties. Like he's not gonna play run stopping duties on first or second down. I'm gonna leave that to Dietrich Wise, Javon Kinlaw. Y'all know who the dudes. But like this guy, Javonte Jean-Baptiste, he's been impressive. As a matter of fact, Commanders coaches have been high on him. Joe Wade Jr. talked about him recently. And then also, they're saying that possibly he could be the main reason why, him and along Jacob Martin as well, that they haven't signed dudes like Za'Darius Smith or, Von Miller yet. And if that's the case, and it shows how high he was, because I remember just watching him play, and I was like, geez, like this dude, like in the first like couple of weeks, the first 4 weeks, like he was applying pressure. Granted, he wasn't getting home, but still, if you're applying pressure, that's all, like disrupt the quarterback, that's all you need. You did your job. You can go home. Like he did it. He was doing it. But unfortunately, he got injured, man. That really sucked. But, again, like to me, for this year, Javonte Jean-Baptiste is the most, how you say, the my sleeper who could have the biggest impact on the team. Now for the future, I think it could be Jordan McGee because he'll be a full-time starter. Granted, maybe Javonte Jean-Baptiste grows into a full-time starter. I don't think he'll be a full-time starter next year because we signed all those vet DEs, But I think Jordan McGee could damn well be the full-time starter after next year. So, but getting like those two guys, like, I'm going to change my thing now. I said A-. I'm going A+. A++. I'm going to go A. And I'm not going to A+ yet because I feel like that's way too early to give a grade. I'm going to A+. I'm going to go A. But, out of all these picks, I can damn well I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 future starters. Daniels, Newton, Sanderstill, Sanat, Coleman, and Jordan McGee. And then if you include slot as a slot wide receiver possible starter, that's Luke McCaffrey. So we'll see if he wins slot. So that's 8. So that's 7. And Dominic Hampton, Javonte Jean-Baptiste, we'll see what they do. But Javonte Jean-Baptiste to me, he's Weapon X. Because if he breaks out, our defense gets a huge boost. Huge boost. We need him to break out. You put a gun to my head, you're just like, hey, you want one of these guys to break out? I'm choosing Javonte Jean-Baptiste over Jordan McGee, honestly. DE. But, I still feel like McGee is going to be the guy who's going to be the full-time starter. But you hit it out the park, dude. Like, great draft. And then on top of that, you also got dudes like Tyler Owens, an undrafted free agent, who could possibly maybe even start. Apparently, he's been doing good in the OTAs. It's him versus Will Harris, so we'll see. Adam Peters, man, this draft class will go down in history. Yeah, the fuck, they got Jane Daniels in the draft, boy. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think. I'm going A. A as in, for all the math geeks, I'm going 95. A+ to me is 98, 99, 100. I don't want to go there yet because, it's still way too early, but let me know what you guys think. This draft is going to be the foundation for our team for the next 10 years. Yeah. What the fuck? If Johnny Newton breaks out and becomes a stud, he's going to be like one of the leaders of our defense going forward. And you got Sanderstill on the back end. You got 2 great leaders. Maybe McGee. This draft is going to be the foundation of our team for the next 10 years, dude. Man, Adam Peters. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Till the next video. Peace, y'all.